All right, right where I left it last night. We're probably gonna be right back on that this morning, clearing the check engine light, doing wheel alignment, and that one will be done too. Actually, a really good day yesterday. Best day I've had in a while probably yesterday. And I only worked till 4 o'clock. It's all about time management. It's not complicated. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. We're gonna spend a day in the shop fixing cars. All and any cars that come our way. We might be back on the Corvette today. I'm not really sure. I gotta finish the Explorer Sport Trac first. And we'll see what else happens. I left a little early, so this morning I'll kind of be playing catch up, figuring out what's going on next. Hope you're doing well. It's gonna be an exciting day. It's a little cooler this morning. Probably 77 degrees. It is muggy though. We'll see what happens today. Hopefully we get some rain. It's been waiting to rain till 9 or 10 o'clock at night, which is kind of weird. Usually rains in the middle of the afternoon when it's peak heat, but that hasn't been happening. So we'll see if that happens today. Hope it's not too bad where you're at. I've seen some crazy temperatures all over the country. Some colder than normal, some hotter than normal. There was even an earthquake and tsunami or something somewhere yesterday. I didn't see what location. You guys know where that was? In any event, we're not here for any of that. We're gonna spend some time fixing cars today, learning things, having fun, and just hanging out in general. I might do a little bit of flapping. I might even do something productive, and then maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you could teach me something in the comments. Tell me what I did wrong. Let's finish getting this place open up, get started, see what we can do to make it a productive day. Stay tuned. Wheel alignment time. Oh, she ugly. She ain't gonna be in no American Eagles commercial, I'll tell you that much. Look at all that red. That's terrible. Wow, you can see it actually. You can see that wheel. That's not supposed to be like that. So we got to get some positivity going on in here. We'll show bar graphs. We got to get, this is really close. This one's way out. So the arm, luckily those bolts we all know they move. The thing I'm concerned about is that plate looks like it stops it from adjusting. So we'll sort it out. When you show how to adjust it, it says, oh, just loosen the bolts and adjust it. But I'm not sure if that's the case. Some vehicles may require a kit, and I'm guessing that's the case. So this caster adjustment is pretty easy. You saw how to do that if you watched yesterday's video. You loosen these lock bolts and then adjust this pinch bolt over here. So that shouldn't be hard to do at all. The plates, if you saw yesterday's video, they're square and they fit into a slot. They're not letting you move it. So let me let them know that I can adjust the caster really close. It also has torsion bars, so I'm going to measure the wheel well heights on both sides and make sure it's not sagging over here. You can raise the torsion bar and that'll change some of the measurements too. So you just measure the height of the wheel well in the center and we'll see if the left and right match. .33 on the other side from the plate. This side's a 1/4 inch higher. It's not going to be the end of the world, but if I adjust this side lower, it might make the camber worse. So I'll probably raise the left side just a tiny bit and see what that does. Might not take much. I'm gonna do a few turns like that, remeasure it until I get it right. Why it's got so much inner wear from the camber and toe out. That's deadly for the tires. Toe out is even worse. Toe out scrubs the tire. The camber just sets the angle. so it's not nearly as severe. Well, that noise really necessary. I moved the nut in so I can shorten the tie rod down. This might be a 14. I don't think I have one with me. Oh, look at that. Told you it was a 13. Another quarter turn. That's better. I'm going to go here on the positive side because of the camber. We're not going to do the camber kits apparently, so we're going to get it as good as we can with what we got. I'm going to call that pert near good. That there is getting as good as it's getting. Or got as good as it's getting. It's actually not bad. Camber is about half a degree too much in the right front. That's not an end of the world. Compared to how it was, we'll take that thing for a drive, see what's next. Probably the Prius. That wiper cover off of there. Gotta take these 3 bolts out, get the wiper arms off, get the wiper cowl out. The ABS unit is right here, and this is in the way. So to take this out, you gotta go in the back, take the big orange power plug out, disconnect the 12-volt battery. So we'll take a bunch of plastic out of the way. The wiper cowl is a bunch of 10 millimeters, but I'll show you that. For now, I think I'll go back there and we'll start disconnecting the voltage. Reading is fundamental. You gotta get these books out of the way though, so we can get some of these covers off. All the goodies are hidden under here. That'll get you somewhere. We'll pull this panel out, see what's under there. .12-volt battery, I believe, is over here, and that orange plug to disconnect the big batteries over here. .12-volt battery. Should be able to get a wrench on that 10 millimeter. All right, we got to wait at least a minute or two for things to power down. I think this is supposed to be something like this. We'll worry about that when we go back together. We can start getting that wiper cowl off. I gotta pull some leaves out of there first. That's the easy part. That's a shop one. Yeah. That bucket, the bucket's got all shop stuff. Oh, it has. Better ask if you're getting in trouble. Now you can see it, and you see the electrical plug, the little slide lock. That's why you got to take that out. Some people will completely disconnect everything, the plumbing and the coolant and the wiring. This is your hybrid system that runs the electric motor part in combination with the gas motor. They share duties, duty being the operative word. So take this plastic panel off, take this cover off. Everything's disabled. If you're unsure, you can put a voltmeter on the heavy wires, set to about 400 to 600 volts, and it'll show you if there's voltage in there. It's either going to be 0 or 300 volts. But if you got voltage there with that plug pulled out in the back, so you got real problems. So I think that's the only torques for some reason. The rest are 10s. Just kidding. And there's a few things to discombuberate. Uh-oh. The magnet's been falling out of this lately. Let's see if it'll work. Oh yeah. I will call 3 local dealers. Tens. The newer Priuses are actually easier to work on than the older ones. I think I just pulled this off last time. There's another connector and a 12 way back here too, just like the front ones. All kidding aside, I do try to still act like this might be live, just in case. You can only be not cautious enough. You got to be efficient and cautious. I thought this would pull out. I guess I have to unbolt it. 2 10s. A couple more electrical connectors back here. I'm going to try to lift it out and leave the coolant intact and all, but we'll see. Way heavier than I remember. I'm wondering if I get a block of wood, put it under there. I just need it out of my way so I can get the lines, connectors and stuff off and lift the module out of whatever room I get myself. Let's see what we can come up with to hold it up. It is more of a pain than I remember with the inverter in the way here, so I'm second guessing my idea. I think if I disturb the coolant tank, clamp off this hose, unbolt the coolant tank, and this plug, I think I can lift it out of the way. So I may just do that, make it easier. I'm already getting aggravated reaching around it, so the 5 or 10 minutes I'm saving, not working out. A little more coolant than I expected. I should have got a drain pan. This plug doesn't want to release, so we're doing a little dance, making a little love, unplugged tonight. Oops, something happened. The push tab flexes rather than pulling up on the front. I can't explain it. Looks like a 10 right here, and this will come off. I can leave it in the car. Did I tell you guys we got a used ABS module? A used ABS module to replace a used ABS module. But all you can do is try and see how it goes, right? You don't want to lose the job. Alright, this should be the last ones, I think. Don't make any promises, but I think this thing is way heavier than I thought I remembered. I don't remember nothing. Maybe I'm completely out of the loop. Something else, don't give up yet. I think it just feels like there's something holding it because it's so heavy. No, there's something over here holding it. That's what it is. I'll try to localize the mess at least. Okay, water pump, where we're at. I got there's a bolt way down there and one right here. And this should pull out of this. Get this out of the way, electrical plug. Electrical plug. None of them like to let go for some reason. The plastic is probably just really old. Instead of trying to pull up on the connector, hold the squeeze tab and push down on the water pump. That's a little better. Now if I can get it out of here. Okay, now I can really see the ABS very well. That should help. I don't know if I can lift the pump off. I think I can lift the pump off that bracket. I don't think I have to take the whole thing out. It depends if I can get to like a third hidden bolt in the back. That they like to do that kind of stuff. But I'm not sure. Shortcuts haven't been going well so far. But luckily, you know, this isn't one of those jobs that's hard. It's just a lot to do. You have to really be patient, double and triple check everything going back together, make sure you didn't forget anything. But it's not really hard, unless you got someone breathing over your shoulder. Are you done yet? Not that that's happening. I'm just saying that would make it worse. Now, looking at the new, looking at the used ABS pump we got, there's a bolt here and there's one in the back and then there's one in the front. So there's a bolt on the side of the big bracket, the side here and right here. So I get this hose off. I sucked most of the fluid out of the reservoir. It's going to still leak and make a little bit of a mess. No one's going to get hurt. We'll rinse everything off. We got to clean the coolant that we spilled off anyway. So we'll let that finish dripping. It's a little hard. Dripping, it's a little hard out. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, I believe. And then I'll take this last bolt out afterwards. I wanted to kind of hold it in place while I'm loosening these lines. I think there should be 10s, it looks like. Gear wrenches for the win. They're actually not really very good, but they do the job. I haven't had any problems with them. I mention it once in a while because people ask. Even my Snap-on guy last week is like, what wrenches are those? I said, gear wrench. He's like, seriously? I said, I've been using them almost 4 years now without a single failure or anything. I haven't had a problem doing my job. He's just like, whoa. Yes, it can be done. If I did have a problem, I have a gear wrench dealer, so that helps out too. Some of them are really tight, some of them not so much. Woo. What I do is, if I feel a wrench flexing, it's going to start rounding off the line. I'll get my line wrench, rather than rolling it off and then getting the line wrench. Line wrench is a gear wrench too. But don't kid yourself. I have Snap-on ones just in case. Only the two, this one and this top one, wouldn't loosen with the open end. But that's what line wrenches are for, right? Still a gear wrench I used, FYI. I saw you typing. A gear wrench one wouldn't do it. Line wrenches are good because they grab a couple more corners, rather than just basically an open end is grabbing 2 corners. It tries to round them off, and now you've eliminated some of the corners that would help loosen it. So if it feels like it's not going to go and it's going to round that fitting off, get a line wrench, no matter what brand you're using. It's exciting. Here, I'm going to fast forward it. There's a little bracket back here. It holds all those brake lines in your way. You gotta get that out too. Don't you do it. There's a lot of bungee cords holding a lot of stuff out of the way. Let's just put it that way. Have some bungee cords ready if you're going to do this. So don't mind the blowgun in the background. It'll be 20 minutes. We'll be blowing that off. There's more stuff holding it back there. Probably a 10 millimeter. That is a tight squeeze. Holy moly, man. I don't like tweaking the lines, but it wasn't going to fit out any other way. I guess I could have unbolted them. There's another block down there you can unbolt and stuff too, but how many lines do you want to disturb? I don't know. Man, it's a little silly. A little bit silly. Guess which one's the new one and guess which one's the old one. Can you tell? Only the yellow writing gives it away. Now it's 3 10mm bolts. We can switch out this old crappy one for this new one. I don't mean to sound sarcastic. Well, I'm glad I didn't try to pull it out of there. I got it unbolted. I'm like, why won't it come out? It's got a big counterweight on it, silly. I don't know if it stops vibration, helps in a crash, or what, but you gotta transfer all that over too. 12mm. Whoa. Some kind of cool spacer. Man, I don't remember that stuff. I must have done this on a newer one. This is all does not seem familiar to me whatsoever. Running out of room on my workbench. You just slip in there. And they slip out too. What the hell? You put the front foot in first. It doesn't want to go. There it is. A little bit of patience. Now I'm going to bolt these mounts on first before I did it backwards, taking it apart. There's a locating pin on this plate. The replacement ABS unit came with one. It goes like this and mounts over here. So it kind of holds everything for you if you don't take it apart in the wrong order. Makes it seem a little easier. I didn't say it wasn't silly, it's just a little easier. And you can't even like clean this up or paint it, because then you take their numbers off. And I think you only get like a 30-day warranty. Basically, if it works after you install it, you're done warranty. But you definitely don't want to take the marks off just in case. The weight on the bottom is what I didn't know about coming out. And that really makes it exciting. Just keep moving lines and feeding it a little more. Moving lines, feeding it a little more. Luckily, most of them line up pretty good even after all that tweaking I did to them. So I started them all at least a couple turns by hand. You guys have been around a while, you know. You do not want to cross thread this stuff and have to fix the line and the fitting and possibly the ABS module. A couple turns by hand first. It's a pain, but you got to juggle the line. Sometimes you'll even have to bend them. I'll put the box end on and tweak the line. If it looks like it's a little crooked, I'll just tweak it straight until I can get it at least 2 turns by hand, if not more. Now, even after you do that, if you throw your wrench on there and something don't feel right, back it out, try it again. It's well worth spending the time to make sure these all go in right. Because there have been a time or two where I did some damage and had to repair it. And man, is that aggravating. So that few minutes extra, nowhere near as aggravating. There's little 10s hidden everywhere. Got all my lines tight. Now I can tighten the main bracket out. I like to leave the bracket loose in case I got to jiggle a module or something, but I didn't have to, but still how I do it. I got the brackets and stuff that hold the brake lines on. I got to put this hose on. And then I'm going to tighten up the hold down bracket, or mounting bracket you want to call it. I did loosen the block that holds a lot of brake lines in the back there. 210s hold that down. Just gave me a little more room to flex those lines out of my way. Water pump. Back in the holders. The harnesses back where they go. Got to button up a couple more loose ends. We'll get ready to put that inverter back in. Next. Oh, she's a big girl. Look at that block of wood go. It'll help. It'll help, please. It's going smoothly. That's the good news. Got to get this plug in first before anything else can happen. Then we'll do the coolant bottle. Get some of these plugged in. I got to get this hose up here. Remember that one, right? That's got a bleeder on it for bleeding the system after you open the cooling system on the inverter, which we did. Uh-oh. I'll just get another one. I don't need it. Coolant bottle. This hose doesn't quite reach till I set it down some more. Those are easy to get after a 10, I believe. I'll set it down. Something like that. Lots of connectors. Clamp. I'm going to put the hold down bolt back here before I plug this in. Now, plug this guy in here. Electrical plugs. I'm thinking he's only going one way. Yeah. 2 10s and 3 10s. Should have some matching ones right here. 3 and 2. Should be a couple of 10s for that. I try not to unplug these if I can avoid it. Connected rubber grommet, 2 plugs, 1, 2, 3, 5 plugs, those bolts, they're all tight. Let's hit them again just to make sure they look it. I try not to ever turn them all the way down, so there's a visible gap if I haven't tightened it, but you never know. You have a doubt, you buzz it again. I think we're ready for our cover. These are all good. Nothing else I really undid except the hoses, which we got those 2. It looks much less scary with the cover back on. A little bit of coolant in there. A little bit of coolant in the regular radiator too. Got the brake fluid in it. I don't need to put the wiper cowl on to run this thing and make sure nothing's leaking and try to bleed the brakes good. I prefer a really good visual on the lines, although you can really feel if you have a leak, you'll feel the pedal. Over time it'll just start sinking. So you'll know, but I like a visual anyway. Let's go try out the new brake bleeder. Real noisy. I apologize. I'm going all 4 wheels so I'm satisfied. Made a quick hanger for it. I mean, literally, it's a hanger. Kind of got to a point where it stopped bleeding, so I had to let the car down. I hooked up the battery and the main battery, a high voltage battery, and pumped the brake pedal a bit with the key on or button on. Got some kind of a pedal happening. Then I got more fluid and a bunch more air. So I might have to do that on every wheel, let it down, pump the pedal a little bit. Because this has an accumulator that charges the ABS system with the brake system with pressure. Not like you step on the brakes all you want with the key off, all you're doing is stepping on the pedal. Doesn't do anything. It has to see the pedal sensor and charge the accumulator with an electric motor. So little inside tip. Not everybody would tell you. Only on this channel. We got a pretty good pedal. We got angry dash lights again, of course. So we got to do calibrations or something. We'll take a look, see what it says. Want to make sure this wheel's nice and straight. Similar to what we did before changing the ABS. Huh? Did I miss something? That's interesting. Recall code. No trouble codes. Should be happy, right? It's kind of strange. I'm going to do the health report one more time. Had some weird codes there I cleared. See if they come back. Takes a minute. See what kind of pedal we got. Got a pretty good pedal. Alright. I'm going to go around one more time since I've been working the brakes now that we got power to everything and actuators charged. I'll go around and just bleed each wheel one more time to feel better about it. We'll start putting that wiper cowl on, see how this thing drives. Alright, we got a lot of screws to do it. Let's do it. I'm going to speed this up for you. Quite easier without all the leaves in the way.
You already got it marked. You already got it marked. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got pop rivets for that. 4 little magical wiper cowl holders. Plastic is giving up. Well, that's unfortunate. I went to go drive it and my lights came on and now I'm getting the code POA78, drive motor A inverter performance. So I got to check all my connections, make sure they're good, but it's possible here that we got a bad ABS unit. I'm not sure. Oh, there's no codes in the ABS. Oh, okay, I didn't do this. ECB function, point of function, okay. Parking brake is applied. Shift levers in park. Switch is on, engine off, okay to proceed. Operation has been prohibited. Ignition off, replace parts, turn ignition on, press OK to go back. Parking brakes released. Shift levers in park, switch is on, battery voltage on, actuator temperature is not high. You must clear learned values. Rapidly blinking ABS. Now performing, leave the vehicle stationary without depressing the brake for 2 minutes. AKA 120 seconds. Trying to find the connector I left off. I took the cover off, rechecked in there, all the connectors are good. Everything's good. I lifted it back up, pulled the main mount bolts out, got my block of wood in here, trying to see if I could find a connector. I took off the transmission or something. It goes into gear kind of harsh. Doesn't want to move very well and sets that POA 78. And it's a 286 symptom line. And kind of strange. I pulled a wiring diagram. I checked that the inverter connector that's underneath the cover, that long, they call it I-10 connector, and I ohmed across VH and GINV, G-I-N-V, and I got 0.6 ohms, so it's not open, it's got contact. That's just with it disconnected. Check to see if the wiring going back to the HVAC, what do you call it? HV, high voltage ECU back in the back of the car. If the wires are all good going all the way back there, you'll have continuity. If you got a broken wire, it'll read open. So that's what that test did. That passed. Very strange that I put a used ABS module in. I got new codes, new symptoms. I don't find anything I left disconnected. So my next impulse is to say, get me another ABS module. We'll try again. I'm not sure what else to do, but like a lot of times, I got about, I think this was like 4.5 hours this pays, and I'm way over that now. So I did a couple other little things today, nothing major, but I did finish that alignment this morning. I started on this at about 10. So I've got basically 6 hours in it now, and the last hour of it was trying to see if I left something loose. All right, enough of that. Let me let them know, see what they want to do. Speaking of troubled vehicles, the Del Sol owner picked it up, and he was mad that the check engine light was on, but we put an automatic ECU in, and we told him it's the only one we could find. And he said it ran with the other one, but his check engine light wasn't on. We checked it for codes. It has a transmission solenoid circuit open code. It doesn't have an automatic transmission. He was kind of upset. I got, they paid me 4.7 hours on that car. I spent like 12 and a half, 13 hours on it. Because they didn't believe me when I told them the ECM might be bad. So they had me spend hours checking wiring and all that kind of stuff. We ran around in circles and I off their head. So I'm a little disappointed to get 4.7 hours for 13 hours of work. I'm going to roll this to a close for today. I think I've been gloomy and doomy enough. Thanks for watching. Torque the like button if you enjoy aggravation and not repaired vehicles in videos. Hope I see another one. You're awesome.